Satsang-84. Offer everything to God. 18th October, 1935. Evening Satsang. If you conceive that everywhere there is only God, you get the experience that absolute consciousness is everywhere. Brahman is such a thing that it is beyond is and is not. Once you are certain that you are man, there is no necessity to repeat, I am man. In a similar way, you must be with true conviction that I am Brahman. Eham Brahmasmi. Only then does the seeker become Param Atman, the Supreme Self. When one understands that all is Brahman, then desireless devotion automatically remains. To be without anxiety is the highest sadhana. You should know that whatever happens is beneficial, and you must not worry. Not to fall back from conviction is the state of Brahman. The actions, the karma, may be done with a desire for fruit, or maybe without such a desire. But know that all activities are done by Atman alone. With this knowledge, all actions are naturally surrendered to God. Lord Krishna said, that devotee who is one with me is really the true devotee. Even if our efforts in everyday life are not successful, that should also be offered to God. A man hid himself in a jungle to avoid a robber, and luckily he found some gold there. In a similar way, perhaps if by someone's actions we get some benefit, we also should offer that to God. Krishna said, one who believes that all actions are done by Param Atman becomes one with me. If a husband slaps the wife, or if the wife slaps the husband, let it be offered to God. If you put on a coat, let that action be offered to God. If you put on your shoes, offer that action to God. You must be all the time contemplating about God. All deeds are done by God in the form of consciousness. So you must do all things as if you are as God. Suppose the milk pot is toppled over by someone. You should think that it is done by God and let it be offered to the Lord, Krishna. The aspirant must know definitely that everything is done by consciousness. The porridge of bitter gourd should also be offered with all sincerity to God. He will like it. If some flour is wasted, offer it to God. In short, anything that may happen should not cause you any sorrow. Something may be good or may be bad, but you must never dwell on it. You may gain some profit or suffer some loss, yet your mind must be content and not sorrowful. Be without anxiety at all times. The food that is eaten by a person playing the role of a tiger is not by a real tiger eaten, but only by the man who is acting. What is the meaning that something is offered to Lord Krishna? It means that everything is restored to the basic existence. Even though something may fall on the ground or become spoiled, nothing is wasted. All goes to the original reality. Where else can it go? Where is there any other place? In all the bodies, the only doer is pure consciousness, Brahman. This is all along the doing of the Supreme Self. To know this is the real intelligence or true wisdom. That intelligence, in particular, must be offered to God. It is not good to show unselfish devotion in the outer world and still keep hidden desire burning inside. Do you think that the life energy is only for you and that it is not in others as well? Some people are very well read and knowledgeable, but because of their pride in their knowledge, they become separated from others. For example, salt can be separated from water, but it can be again mixed back into the water. However, the pearl which is considered valuable goes away from water, is put in the nose ring of a woman, and is fastened, becoming bound. Many intelligent people study hard some system of yoga and increase their karma, as do's and don'ts are impediments in their way, and they are caught in actions. They are over-anxious not to commit any wrong action, and in that they become very proud. Krishna says that this devotional path of his has no bondage. Those who drop the pride of doing actions, stop creating karma, and remain free are God's real devotees. All others, by the strength of ego or pride of knowledge, fall short of realization. We must discriminate between what is sacred and what is not. All actions have the aim of attaining self-knowledge. There are no duties and no actions after you attain self-knowledge. When that, which is the fruit of all fruits, is attained, then all other activities are not necessary. In the case of the Siddha, the realized one or accomplished one, the actions that are being done are the actions of the all-pervading life energy and are one with the universal life energy, the universal consciousness. When action is being done by such an accomplished one, it does not remain as an individual action with a particular name and form. What is the meaning when we say that now you must not do any individual action? This means that the source and substance of action, of karma, is only universal consciousness. Then there is no compulsion of doing it or not doing it. Action creates bondage only so long as the concept that I am an individual is prevailing in the mind. When you attain self-knowledge, the action becomes the natural expression of the universal life energy. And with this, conviction, the sense of a separate persona disappears. Therefore, the name given to such actions in freedom is Brahma Karma, the action of Brahman, or Nishkarma. Be Nishkarma, which means that you are no longer bound by any actions. If a person who has passed the law examination returns to primary school, he would be a fool. Likewise, when there is realization of the self, who will use ritualistic pots and spoons to perform puja to an image of God? If he will wash his own feet, that will be enough. That is a better puja. How can one worship a stone image when he has understood the true God? The wife of Uddhava gave some bananas to her house servant to replace them as an offering in front of the image of God in the house. The servant went in the shrine room and ate the bananas instead of offering them to God. At the time of puja, Uddhava inquired about the bananas. His wife called the maid and asked, "Where are the bananas which I gave you?" And she replied, "I fed Krishna the bananas, and he ate them." When asked by which mouth did Krishna eat the bananas, the servant said, "By my mouth." Uddhava intervened and said to his wife, "Please do not say anything against her. By constant listening to what we speak about God, she has understood and become one with Krishna." In short, we must understand that one who constantly meditates on God becomes God. Then what other God can one worship? Most people harbor pride in their mind about their past achievements. However, when doubt has gone, that one is really performing sanya, or prayers to God. To sip the holy water from our open palm is really drinking the whole ocean of worldly life. The realized one is the one who really knows what gulping down everything means. Those people who have great pride about devotional activities that they have done in the past and which they continue to do are preyed upon by illusion and only suffer loss. Those who are blessed become true devotees, become the direct perception of truth in intelligence, and bring them into God, who is the true devotee. All concepts of sin and merit are destroyed in the true devotee, for he has understood what is required to be understood. Now he is resting in Atman. For him, all is of the nature of Brahman. Is not his speech, whatever he says, also Brahman? His harsh language, seemingly meaningless babble, and all his good deeds are all the speech of Brahman. Lord Krishna says, "All actions are surrendered to me." Do not harbor doubt. Nobody should harbor any doubt. The highest intelligence is to see all as Krishna, and that no other thing exists. That supreme intellect knows that it is the highest, and only loyal devotees of the Sadguru can have this. All others are caught in the net of doubt. Those who think that they are their bodies are not able to realize Param Atman, and they perish with the end of the body.